Most High Christ. The Master.
Lao Yashar.
Here you go. Is that right? Right. All right. We're going to begin with the Lord's Prayer. Sar, Father Padam, just to face the east.
Hear the Lord pray in Hebrew. Abanal.
Abanal.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Anak.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakuka.
Malakuka.
Tabah.
Tabah.
Ratazai.
Ratazai.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Baharatazah. Kawa.
Kawa.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Nathaniel.
Nathaniel.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Kyle.
Kyle.
Nawam.
Nawam.
Wasanakina.
Wasalakina.
Kawapina.
Kawapina.
Kasanakina.
Kasalakina.
Kapawapina.
Kawapina.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Tabaayana.
Tabaayana.
Bayashaya 1.
Manasai 1.
Abal.
Abal.
Hayashai now.
Awashai now.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Lakar.
Lakar.
Malalak.
Mawalak.
Mala'al.
Mala'al.
Wala'ab. Pa Araf.
Wala'ar. Rakaru.
La'ai. Wala'yam.
Wala'ar.
Aman.
Amen. It's the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father,
Our Father,
who art in heaven,
God in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
God be thy name.
Thy kingdom come,
Thy kingdom come.
thy will be done,
Thy will be done
in earth, as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day,
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
Give us our debt,
Give our debt.
as we forgive our debtors.
Give our debt.
And lead us not into temptation,
Lead us not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
Deliver us from evil.
Thine is the kingdom,
Thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
Well,
So be it.
so be it. He go to power in Hebrew. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahusha.
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua.
Baruch Shah.
Baruch Shah.
Nathaniel.
Nathaniel.
Hakah.
Akah.
Hakah.
Akah.
La power.
Narpa'ah.
Kal Mal Kala.
Kal Marawa.
Wakal Marawa.
Kal Marawa.
Hakak. La Tahar.
La Tahar.
Ha Matazarai.
How much is the right?
Hakak.
Akah.
La Ha Kwayam.
La Hapi.
Hamatayam.
Hamapi.
Hakak.
Akah.
Al Rakawa.
Rakawa.
Ha Tama'al.
Hatama Allah.
La Garashan.
Gabarshan.
Ba'Shem
Ba'Shem
Yahusha.
Yahushua.
The water on
Water Aman. Right. Here's the prayer for the power in the English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Name Yahusha.
Please give us the power.
He was the power.
The power to heal all manner of
The
sickness.
power to heal all manner of sickness.
All manner of disease.
All manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to cleanse the
The
leper.
power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the
The
dead.
power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
And then Yahweh Shah.
Name Yahusha.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. So Psalms 121 in Hebrew. Ashai.
Asha.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al-Arani.
Al-Hayrai.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Yah-Ba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Azari.
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 Mayan.
Ba'ai.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ashai.
Asha.
Shemayim.
Shemayim.
Wa'arataza.
Wa'arataza.
Alatan.
Alatan.
Lamawat.
Damawat.
Wagarika.
Lugari.
Al-Nanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shamarika.
Shamarika.
Hana.
Ana.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Nanawam.
Nanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashun.
Yashun.
Sharamar.
Sharamar.
Yasha'al.
Yasha'al.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarika.
Shamarika.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazaya.
Kazalika.
Ayah.
Ayah.
Yayam.
Yayanka.
Yarawam.
Yanawam.
Yashamash.
Lashamash.
La'ah. Yakanka.
Layakanka.
Yarak.
Yarak.
Balaya.
Balaya.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarika.
Yashamarika.
Bakarai.
Bakarai.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Of Napash.
Of Napash.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Taza
Tazanka.
Waba
Wabaanka.
Mayata.
Mayata.
Wa'ai Arwa.
Wa'ai Awalam. This is Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes to the hill.
From which cometh my help.
Help come to my help.
My help cometh from the Yahweh,
My help come from Yahweh.
which made heaven and earth.
Made heaven and
He
earth.
will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
They keep their feet out slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
they keep it Israel.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
There was some no sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
How is thy keep?
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh the shade upon our right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by day,
Sun not strike by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall serve you for all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
They serve our soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh serve our going out.
and thy coming in
Yeah, come in.
from this time forth
We got four.
and even evermore.
We have more. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahai,
Al Damiyah Lakah.
Al Tamiyalaka,
Al Dakarash.
Al Takarash,
Wa Al Dashakwat.
Al Tashakwat,
Al
Al
Kaya Hana.
Kaya Hana,
Wa Al Yab Yaka.
Al Yabika,
Yahai Ma Yawan.
Bahai Yamawan,
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash,
Al Amya.
Al Amika,
Ra'ai Rayamwa.
Al Yamum,
Sawadah.
Sawada,
Wayata Ya Atazawa.
Yata Al Tazawa,
Al Tazabawan Yaka.
Al Tazabawanyaka,
Al Marwa.
Al Mawa,
Lakakwa.
Lakadu,
Lakakia Dam.
Lakagid,
Magayawa.
Magayu,
Wala'a Yasakar.
Wala Ayasaka,
Shem Yashal.
Shem Yasha'al,
Awada.
Awada,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Na'ai Tazawa.
Na'at Tazawa,
Laba.
Laba,
Lakatwa.
Lakadma,
Al Yaka.
Al Yaka,
Bar Yaf.
Baryah,
Ya Karafwa.
Yar Karathwa,
Alahaya.
Alahai,
Adawam.
Al Dalawam,
Ya Oslaki. Wa Yashamai.
Wa Yashamai,
Allah Yam Ma'abba.
Alayam Ma'ab,
Wa Agarium.
Wa Agaryam,
Gabal.
Gabal,
My Am1.
Mayawam,
Why Amalak.
Wa Amalak,
Palashat.
Palashat,
Am Yashabya.
Am Yashabu,
Tazawar.
Tazawar,
Gum Ashawar.
Gamashawar,
Lalawa.
Lalawa,
Ma'ai.
Ma'ain,
Ha Yawa.
Hayawa,
Zarai.
Zerai,
Labanya Lawat.
Labanya Lawat,
Salah.
Selah,
Asha Laham.
Ashalaham,
Ka Mayan.
Kamayan,
Kasaya Sarak.
Kasaya Sarak,
Kabyabyan.
Kayabyan,
Barakal.
Bankal,
Kwayash.
Koyash, Koyashwan,
Nasha Madawa.
Nasha Nadawa,
By Yayan Dara.
Bayan Dara,
Hayawa.
Hayal,
Daman.
Dalman,
La'a Dama.
La'a Dama,
Shaya Damwa.
Sha'atam, Shayatam,
Dada.
Nada,
Ya Mawa.
Yamawa,
Kara.
Kara,
Wa Kazaapa.
Wa Kaza'af,
Wa Kazabak.
Wa Kazasabak,
Wa Katazamana.
Wa Kazazamana,
Ka Nasayak.
Na Kazayak,
Yamwa.
Yamwa,
Ashar.
Ashar,
Yamwa.
Ayam,
Ya Na Ya Ash Na Ya Rush
Nayarash,
Nanawa
Nanawa,
Af Nanawa
Nanawa,
Alahayam
Alahayim,
Alahaya
Alahaya,
Shawatawa
Shayatam,
Kagayo
Kagalo,
Kakwash
Kakwash,
La Panya Raka
Lapanya Rakwa,
Kaash
Kaash,
Dabaira Ya
the Ba'ira Ya'ira,
Wa Kalaapa
Wa Kala'ab,
Dalahat
Talahat,
Alaram
Alayam,
Kan
Kala,
Da Radampam
Darafatipa,
Basha Ari
Bas'ir,
Wabasa
Wabasa,
Wapatanka
White the Baltica,
Daba Alium
Taba'al, Tabaham,
Mala'ah.
Mala'ah.
Payaram.
Payaram.
Kwalawan.
Kwalawan.
Wa'ah Bashwa.
Wa'ah Bashwa.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa.
Wa'ah Ba'aliyah.
Wa'ah Ba'ali.
Wa'ai.
Wa'ai Wa'ai.
Wa'ai Kapara.
Wa'ai Karababa.
Wa'ai Abadwa.
Wa'ai Yabadwa.
Wa'ai Dawa.
Wa'ai Dawa.
Kaha Ada.
Kaha Ata.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
La Baraka.
Labayuk.
La Ayawan.
The Ayub.
Wa'alaha.
Wa'alaha.
Arataza.
Arabazah. Sorry, Christ. This is Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not silent, Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
Be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
Thy
thy enemies make a tumult.
enemy make a tumble.
They that hate thee have lifted up their head.
They hate lifting up their heads.
They have taken crafty counsel
They are taking crack
against thy people,
against thy people.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consult against our hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
come and let us cut them off
let them come cut off
from being a nation,
for being a nation.
that the name of Israel
The name of Israel.
may be no more in remembrance.
Maybe no one remembers.
For they have consulted together
They have consulted
with
together.
one consent.
1%.
They are confederate against
They
thee.
are better against
The
thee.
tabernacles of Edom,
Tabernacles of Edom.
and of the Ishmaelites,
And the Israelites.
the Moab,
Moab.
and of Hagarim,
Hagarim.
Gabal,
Gabal.
and Ammon,
And Ammon.
and Amalek,
Amalek.
and the Philistines,
The Philistines.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
The habits of Tyre.
Ashur also is joined with them.
Ashar is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They are hoping the children of
Selah.
Selah.
Do unto them
Do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as the midnight.
as to Sisera,
As to Sisera.
as to Jabin,
As to Jabin.
at the brook of Kison,
And brook Kison.
which perish at Endor.
Their parents
They become as dung for the earth.
they come down for the earth.
Make the nobles like a red,
Their nose the red.
and like Zeid.
That's the eat.
Yea,
Yea.
all the princes of
I
Zabak,
was a princess of Bach.
and of Zamuna,
As a
who
smoke.
said,
Who said,
let us take to
let's
ourselves
take to ourselves
the house of
the
Yahweh
house of Yahweh
in possession.
In possession.
O my power,
On my power.
make them like a
Made
wheel,
like the wood.
as they stumble before the wind.
They stone for the one.
As the fire burns the
As
wood,
the fire burns the wood.
and the flames set the mountains on fire.
As the mountain stays.
As the flames set the mountains on fire.
As the set is saying the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them.
with thy tempest,
Baptism.
and make them afraid with thy storm.
Without storm.
Fill their faces with
Do
shame,
their face of shame.
that they may seek thy name.
They seek that name.
O Yahweh,
Oh Yahweh.
let them be
They
confounded,
be confounded.
in trouble,
In trouble.
forever.
Forever.
Yea,
Yea.
let them be put to
They
shame,
put to shame.
and perish,
And perish.
that men may know
Men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
are the most high,
are the most
over
high.
all the earth.
For all the earth.
Right? Sarge, it's your turn. Shavia, which means to be seated. All right. Let's go ahead and clap it up. All right, welcome to the Sabbath service. I'm Officer 500 Nakaz. My man sitting on the far right is Officer 50 Napash Kaya. And I just want to go ahead and say the water to you brother for coming in, man. These brothers here diligent. I couldn't do the work without this brother, man. He comes in, open up, get the shops ready for him. So I give that brother a hand. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't do it and wouldn't want to do it without you. Brother, if you could, you want to give me the address and the rundown of how to get in contact with Isupk?
Oh, call, sir. Yeah, the address is 3353 Glenwood Road, Decatur, Georgia.
That's right.
You know, we sit right in front of the Chevron gas station.
Mm-hmm.
Then make sure you Google the address, GPS it, you know what I'm saying, to help build algorithm.
That's right.
They help more people find out about school.
Exactly. You got a phone number? You got a phone number to the school? They can call in? I forgot the dang on number.
The phone number to call in, it's sitting down there. But you can do a conference call throughout the week.
Mm-hmm.
The call, you can go to isupk.com. You can find out about the city near you.
Mm-hmm.
You'll find out the number in Atlanta. And you will call in throughout the conference call throughout the week.
Yeah, right.
I'll give you the number right here. The number is 404-793-7180.
Most High in Christ. And you're welcome to come down here, like I said, 3353 Glenwood Road. This Sabbath service is for our people. If you're Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you're welcome here. You understand? You're Black, Hispanic. Black, Hispanics, and Native Indian, those who we call the true Jews of the Bible. Now, that's not according to me, that's according to the scriptures. You understand? And right now, we are at Numbers 32 and 14. So if you do,
It's
yeah.
numbers 33 and 50. No. Yeah. 33 and 52.
That's where we left off? All right, 33 and 52.
Come on,
We do this every Sabbath. You understand? We have a holy convocation. We come here, we read in our native tongue, Lashawash Kodash. We show you guys what has been done before, how it was in your times. You understand? This is how we always got down. We said our own language. Hebrew is our original language. It's not the English, it's not the Spanish, it's not any of those things that we was captured by. It is Hebrew. You understand? And so to call yourself a Hebrew, you must know how to read this Hebrew. So we do have a Hebrew class on Friday, correct?
Right.
Go ahead and tell us who teaches that class.
It is preached also 500, Hadar Moth, with myself, holding Shamar.
All right.
So,
and them brothers been doing a powerful job with that, man, getting our brothers up to par as we're going to demonstrate that today, speaking the Hebrew. So I want to give that brother a hand as well.
long, you know what I'm saying? Well, I say with that, y'all party Friday nights, y'all saying y'all Hebrew Israelites, but y'all don't even know the language.
Right.
I mean, it don't make no sense, so it's essential. You know what I'm saying? Friday and Saturdays, it's essential.
That's right. Lashawan Kwadash, the holy tongue. You understand? That's how we're going to get down. So like the brother said, 33 and 50. Is that 50?
52.
33 and 52. We're going to read this first 7 in the Hebrew. Officer, the apostle is going to go ahead and demonstrate and show you how it's done, all right?
Come on. The numbers 33 and 52 in the Hebrew. Wahai Ra'ash Thumb Atah Cow Yashabatwa Hai Rataza Mapai Nai Wakam Wa'ai Bai Thumb Atah Cow Masha Kayatam Wa Atam Cow Tazala Maya Mai Takatam Dai Baibwa Wa Atam Cow by my thumb Dasha Maya the walk, verse 53. Wahai wa Rosh thumb of Hai Arataza Wa Yai Shah thumb Bun Ba Kaya Lakam Nata the Ya of Hai Arataza La Rosh Da Da verse 54 Rahai Danai Kalatam Ata Hai Irataza Bagai Law Raw La Mai Shapai Katai Yakam La Ra Da Ra Bawa Ata Na Ka La Dawa Rely my okay. Slacking. Why La Shamai Sha Die my slacking. Die my Yasa Ata Naka La Dawa Al Ashar Ya Taza'a Lawa Shama Hai Gara Hi, God, was raw, lawyers, Yahweh, La Mai, Sa, was. I bought above Yakum. The na Kawa. Verse 55. Wa Atham La'a Dara Yashwa Ata Yashabya Ira Rataza. My Panya Yakam Wa Haya Ashar Hi I'm sorry Ta Wata Wa Ra Maham Lasha Kamyam Ba'ai Yana Yakam Wa La Taza Naya Nam Ba Taza Dayakam Wa Taza War War Ata Kam Al Ha Irataza Ashar Atham Wa Shayat Wa Shayat Yan Ba verse 56 Wa Haya Ka I Shar Ka Shar Bamar Yatawa Al Shawath Laham Al Ashak Lakam Ha Numbers 34 and 1. Well, I started at 50.
You got 2 of these. Read verse 2.
Kalka. Wadabar Yahweh al Mashar La Amar verse 2. Tazawah of Banya Yasha'ala Wa I Sucking. Wa I Moth. I Ra Hum Kaya Atham Ba Ayam Al Ha Arataza Ka Nai Un Kanaan, that means Canaan. Sa Af I Ha Arataza Ashar Da Pala Lakam Ba Naka La Rataza Ka Nayan La Ga Ba La Ga La Na Ya.
All right. So in Christ, give him a hand for that. And go back to our. We're gonna read up to go back to start at verse 52, 33, and 52. And we're gonna read in English.
Okay, come. The book of Numbers, chapter 33, verse 52. Then ye shall drive out all the inhabitants of the land before you, and destroy their pictures, and destroy their molten images, and quite pluck down all their high places.
That's right. We was talking about last week when the Lord got us out of Egypt and put us to a new land, to Jordan. He was giving us land according to our heritage. You understand? He was coming in. He was taking people's lands. and was taking over, pushing them out. Because this is what the Lord promises. So now, some people stayed in the other side of Jordan, eastward of the Jordan, and the rest of us carried on. And we also got in last week's history, we got to the fact that it was 3 groups of people who stayed. Reuben, Gad, and some of the Manassites. They stayed on that side of Jordan eastward, so they had a whole bunch of cattle that they want to raise over there. But it was an ultimatum to make sure when it's time to fight, they come across that Jordan and fight with their brothers. Now, once we enter into these lands, the Lord was telling us that we should drive out all the inhabitants of that land. So whoever's in that land, we should have driven them out. You understand? And we should have plucked down their altars. This is what we did. We plucked down their altars. We plucked down their altars, destroyed all the molten images. That's what we did. All the stuff that was in high places, we plucked them down. You understand?
Slaughter. See, you understand the person, so-called white man, study this book. Because how did the war started, you know what I'm saying? What they did, they came to a known land. Guess what? They want to be a rulership. They destroyed the people, you know what I'm saying? Destroyed their language, destroyed all the original images and stuff like that. That way you can find out about what the icon of Russia. You see the Israelites, the black Jews, and dark skin.
That's right.
That's why you can find something in Mexico with the Hebrew scrolls in the ancient Hebrew buried in the ground somewhere. That way you can find about the pyramids in Mexico, the Aztec land.
Yeah.
They destroy our inheritance.
That's right.
Destroy our language. They got to speak in English, but you notice,
And Spanish.
and Spanish too, and you notice that we still inherited some of our names, like Tamika or Elena, stuff like that. It's right there on the scrolls. It's right there on the chart. You used to every Friday. We always go every Friday. Some of the names, like Natasha, it'd be like the Hebrew, Natasha. I mean,
That's why it's important to learn this Hebrew.
Yep.
It's important to learn the Hebrew.
Yeah, because we already inherited our language. That's why people like, oh, that's slang, that's ghetto. No, that ghetto is our original
And it's
language.
a heavy point what you brought up because people fail to realize that's exactly what they did to us. Like you said, like you was bringing out, it's exactly what they did to us. They came over to the United States or to this land when our ancestors was already over here, and what they, like you said, they broke our languages up, they tore down everything. So it ain't been like we lost it; it was taken from us. They stole it. The oppressor is a thief, no matter where he goes. He steals and robs and kills. The Bible says that. So like the brother was bringing out, man, that's what happened. And this is what we was doing when we were coming to their lands. The same deal. Yes, that's the same thing that we did when we was coming to our lands. There was no teaching no other gods. There was nothing. It was Yahweh. That was it. It was nothing else. It was no Muslims. It was none of that. You walked to the land of Canaan, we took that. That's just what we did. But now we can do that. To bring it to the day's time, like you were saying last week, you can still do that to the day. Now, we can't go in, a Muslim mosque and tear down their mosque. We can't go and do that. You know what I'm saying? We can't go into somebody's church and tear down their pictures. Because they got laws for that in America. So you can't do that. But what you can do is take your spirit out of America. Right. You can take your spirit out of this place and actually abide to the laws, statutes, and commandments that the Bible actually do. So you can do what? You can stop taking the white man's drugs. That's what you can do. You can get off the white man's child support system, and we can stop selling dope to each other. That's what we can do. That's what taking your mind and spirit out of America is. What's that about?
Yeah, the first 2 greatest commandments in the book of Matthew. You know what I'm saying? Love the Most High in all your heart. That means to follow the law, statutes, commandments.
That's right.
And number 2, we gotta love our brothers and sisters like unto ourselves. You can follow those 2 commandments, you pretty much can follow everything else. Because if you rob your brother and rob your sister, guess what? You breaking all commandments. At that point, you having sex with your brother's wives.
That's right.
You tricking your brother getting high, thinking getting high is being a cool thing. You see these women on Instagram, YouTube, twerking and all that.
You can get it.
And do all that stuff, and you celebrate the holidays. You think okay to celebrate the holiday because you were raised, it was normal. No, it's not.
I ain't know.
Because you celebrate holidays, guess what? Christmas time. Somebody killed somebody because they didn't give them a Christmas gift.
That's right.
Valentine's Day, the woman killed the man because he didn't give her a gift.
More depressing days. Esau's holidays are depressing. They're depressing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like you.
And it's all monetary gain. It's all about money. You know what I mean? That's what that is.
Oh, Sluck, I'll say one more thing before we move on.
Go ahead, brother.
So-called New Year's Day. It's not New Year's, but it be dead in winter. Guess what we do? We get drunk and high our mind. We think we'll have sex with any woman, or woman has sex with any man, and we already have demons, and you already being highly intoxicated, getting high. You might end up shooting somebody, up, and stuff like that. That will happen with that ball drops. You know what I'm saying? Our New Year right here in Israel gonna be April 15th, Passover.
Damn right, clap it up for that. Right.
That's our New Year, because springtime, everything is growing, everything is coming to life.
All right.
We don't celebrate January 1st in the middle of death. That death in destruction is in January.
Damn right.
Because we kill each other, nothing ain't growing. More people are dying because of the holidays. All right.
Nah, somebody let that brother out there. He didn't let him off the chain. You upset today, huh? He's upset. He has something to say. Get off your chest. But the brother's right, and this is how we do it. You know, read that scripture again for me, if you could.
Come. The book of Numbers, chapter 33, verse 52. Then they shall drive out all the inhabitants of the land.
And that's what we do. We try to drive out all the inhabitants of our land. We go out there and we're speaking not only to our brothers and sisters, but we're speaking to other nations. We're trying to drive them out of our land. Because we don't need it. We want to separate from you. That's what we do. Can you read it?
From before you. And destroy all their pictures.
All the pictures of Caesar Borgia, the pictures that we had since your grandma's house, of Caesar Borgia, that little white man with the blonde hair and the blue eyes, which goes against the scriptures. There's nowhere in these scriptures where he said he has blonde hair and blue eyes. None of that. If anything, it tells him he looks more like myself and the past, like us brothers. You understand? That's what he looks like. So we destroy all those images coming out. We destroy that stuff. Keep going.
And destroy all their molten images.
All their molten images. I mean, you got a lot of molten images. You got Buddha out there. You got even money, cars. We destroy all those things. Anything you put above the Lord is an image. You know what I'm saying? You celebrating that image. We're going to cast all that down. So that you know it's not about the monetary gain. It's not about the money. It's about the law, statutes, commandments, keeping those. You understand? I'd rather have the favor of the Lord than have all the money in the world. Because the money's going to fade out. As we're seeing right now, everything is high. Famine, gas, staying at $8, $9 in some places. So what's the use of this money? We don't have the favor of the Most High God. You know, He's the only one that's going to ultimately get you through the famine. You understand? Him, not your money, nothing. Keep reading.
And quite pluck down all their high places.
All the stuff that Obama set in place. Things in high places. All their men, all their laws, the statute that goes against the Lord. That's all going to throw down. There's no more men sleeping with men, women sleeping with women. There's no more alternative lifestyles, marriages. None of that stuff. You plug it down. And so in America, and equate that to today, you just don't follow that stuff. You have sons and daughters growing up, you teach them the right way. You teach them that these things are sinful. It's an abomination to the Lord. If you're a woman, you get a man. If you're a man, you get a woman. You don't get the same sex, alternative lifestyle. You don't get to marry outside the races. You don't get to do those things. That's how you tear it down. You tear down their ideology. You tear it down, you don't follow it. If it's against the Lord, it's against you. That's how we do it today's term. That's the only way you're going to be saved. That's the only way you're going to be able to adhere to the law, statutes, commandments, man, by doing those things. That's what it means by tearing it down. But back then, we literally tore it down. You understand? We went in there and we tore it down. But today, we can't do that. This is in the oppressor's land, and the only way we can do that thing is in the spirit. We fight, we war. We don't fight against flesh and blood. We fight against principalities in high places, wickedness in high places. You understand? Keep reading.
Verse 53. And ye shall dispose the inhabitants of the land, and dwell therein. For I have given you the land to possess it.
The Lord has given you the land possession. Now you can dwell in it. When He give you the land, He takes you. Matter of fact, if you keep reading all these scriptures in the Tanakh, it tells you wherever I send you, you take the law, statutes, commandments with you. You understand? I'm paraphrasing. This is what we must do. Everywhere you go, whether it be at your school, your job, wherever you go in this land, you take the law, statutes, commandments with you. Because damn sure on your job, you better take it with you. You'll fall into the traps and the snares of what everybody else will do. Your children, these schools, man. You know how many times you gotta write notes to see parents and say, my son don't participate in this, and they still come home with St. Patrick's Day getting pinched and stickers on them. I mean, you really gotta fight that in these days, man. That's the stuff we're battling, man. So when you go into these schools, you gotta take these laws, statutes, commandments. Whatever you have to do to let these teachers know, or wherever you go, and let them know that you serve the Lord. Whether you want to rock your beard, Brothers have problems all the time. They want to cut. They want us to shave our beards, man. Don't do that. That's against the Lord. You don't go into a Muslim. You don't go into a Muslim. A Muslim. You don't go to him and tell him to take off your kufi. You don't tell him that. You don't tell one of our sisters who run around as a Muslim. You don't tell them to take off their covering. You don't do that. So how dare you come and tell us that we gotta, our women gotta take off their head wraps because we don't like it's too ethnic. Tell our beards to shave their beard, make us look like a booty face. You know what I mean? We real strong men. Our sisters are real women. We feminine. Our women are feminine and our men are masculine. And there's going to be a difference. And our children are going to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. But parents, it's up to you to push that. If you don't push that, our heritage will still continue to be lost. It will be lost. You understand? Can you read it?
Oh, Slock, yeah, it's heavy. You know what I'm saying? Verse 54 is heavy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll break it down real quick. Book of Numbers, chapter 33, verse 54. And ye shall divide the land by lot for the inheritance among your families. The thing is, they got Chinatown, they got Carson with full of Africans and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. See, all the other nations understand our book, but us, we try to get along with everybody, everywhere, every place. It just said that, you know what I'm saying, and ye shall divide the land by lot for inheritance among your families.
Hey, let me stop. I'm gonna stop you right there because I want to get a precept on that, man. Mm-hmm. Give me Deuteronomy. I believe it was Deuteronomy 32 and 8.
Deuteronomy 13.
Yeah, give me Deuteronomy 13 and 8.
13. Come on, Cat.
I think that's it.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance.
This is what you find out what we're reading in where we're at right now in Numbers. When the Lord is dividing lands. Can you read it?
When he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
Man, the Apostle, go back to where we was at. 54, number 33 and 54. Because what you saying was so heavy. You were saying so heavy the fact that Chinatown got their own spots. You got the Africans that's taking over New York on Harlem Street. They're taking care of all of it. It's crazy. They're taking care of all the scents, the smell goods. They're selling everything to us, and they don't even use it. I wish they would start using their scents because they smell. They start using that. You understand? But yeah, this is what they're doing. Like the brother was bringing out, they're taking over everything. Go ahead, finish what you were saying, brother. I ain't even cut you off. Go ahead. No, I just want to get that precept. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep on saying this scripture. And to the more ye shall give more inheritance. To the fewer ye shall give the less inheritance. See, they come in to set up shop, to their children, just like, okay, they do it in like Africa. They come here, work, make money, guess what? They send their money back to their country, right? They give them more inheritance, because I see like this YouTube channel, you move, the women over there start trying to take our stuff, take our swag, trying to look like us, trying to act like us, and everything. That's what I mean, like they take that inheritance, you know what I'm saying, they give that inheritance to their land and giving the less inheritance, it shall, give to the fruit to us. Mm-hmm. Guess what?
Leftovers.
Leftovers. They give like higher gas prices. They give this long price. They give higher gas prices over here for us to have nothing. Mm-hmm. That's why we struggle on the streets and stuff like that. And guess what that money going to? Straight over there to the East Indian spots. You always see them YouTube memes. All like that. That's how the Arabs here now, because the gas prices see that dance and doing all that.
I've seen the memes, yeah.
Yeah, that's what actually they doing. Yeah. They are giving to their inheritance.
And I don't blame them.
To the fruit. Yeah, they raising gas prices. They raising up the food prices. Yeah. They raising up the hair prices right there. They $1,500 for some tracks of weave, something like that. Yeah, it's.
And you can't blame them. You can't blame them. I mean, because they take care of the people. Mm-hmm. I don't blame. I'm not mad at them one bit. What I am upset is we don't see it. Like brother bring out, we don't see that, man. Like I said, you got the Chinese coming setting up in our shops, man. They raising up the price of the food, but going in places they getting discounts. Mm-hmm. Not us. gas prices over here, like your brother bringing out heavy gas prices over here shooting through the roof. But yet they land dancing because they get paid off of us because we the one rolling places. You know what I'm saying? We in the ghettos trying to go to our jobs that's outside the ghetto. We got to do these things, man. So the Lord sets He sets the bounds of the children. He gives everyone their inheritance, man. But Israel is who He loved. But we took it for granted. We didn't want to follow God's commandments. We didn't want to do anything the Lord tells us to do. And so now we under the hands of the Indians, the Africans, the oppressors. We under them, man. And it's time to come up from under them. It's time to come up from under them daggone our oppressors and start following our laws. It's starting to read it or not. It's time for you to start to come to class and understand where our Commander General Hunter was taking us to, man. Because you go to these Christian churches, they're not showing you anything. They're not teaching you anything. And right now, half of them are closed. You understand? And I just want to bring out what you said was heavy. Because I've seen some daggone Africans, boy. You couldn't tell their music wasn't ours. Their music, I'm talking about, they had me over there bobbing too. I'm like, man, who is this? That's Africans. You gotta be kidding me. I know Africa had this much rhythm. Most Africans used to them. I don't know what the heck that was. But I'm telling you, they had music that sound just like our Benjamite brothers. Them Jamaicans, them Trinidadians, they have music sound like them, man, will have you dancing, bro. But even in the back spot, but even with that, they get the influence from us, and they're beat makers of our people. Everything comes back to the children of Israel. That's just what it is, because we just got too much sauce. We got too much swag. But they are taking over. They're taking over, so you gotta be careful.
Yeah, right. Yeah, go ahead and read the rest of it, because he's gonna piggyback what we were just saying. For the rest of the verse. Every man's inheritance shall be in the place where his lot falleth. According to the tribes of your fathers ye shall inherit it. It just piggyback what he said, you know. Once you take land, you know what I'm saying, you build up the resources and all that, you know. According to your tribes, it is going to build like that, because we just do the total opposite. We like
short time.
Sure, come. 55 swap. Verse 55. But if ye will not drive out the inhabitants of the land from before you, then it shall come to pass that those which ye yet remain of them shall be bricks in your eyes.
But it says, but if you will not drive out the inhabitants of the land, you let the Africans hang around you. You let the East Indians hang around you. You don't drive them out because you want to be buddy. You want to be friends. Some of my best friends are East Indians. Some of my best friends are the oppressors. You keep letting them hang around. In Deuteronomy, it says what? Your enemies will be above you. You understand? You keep letting them hang around. I mean, you remember when you started out with friends back in school, back in high school, you had a friend who was supposed to be your boy. He was down with you, or your girl, whatever. They was down with you, but they had the other race. And then something came up. They knowing that you want that position or whatever the case may be, they took it. I know what happened to me. They went in for it. Knew I want that position, but they snuck in and took it. But they supposed to be my boys. Peace out there. Not saying our brothers don't do the same thing, but at least you know. I mean, you understand that they're your people. They're gonna stay in our realm to reach. But once it gets outside of our realm to reach, to where it goes into the other hands of the other nations, you can forget it. You can forget it. They're not gonna help your people. You understand? And this is what happens. So you let them keep hanging around in your habits and land, and we're supposed to push them out and tear down their altars and tear down their daggone things. You let them keep hanging around and see what's going to happen. What's going to happen is going to become a whole new America. You see what happened to our Indians. Our Indians came and tried to be friends with them. You know what? Let's show them the way. And what happened? They took over. Right. They took over. You can't let them take over nothing. You can't leave someone in another land. And that's why, I mean, if you watch the Animal Kingdom, same thing happened in the Animal Kingdom. There's no way a lion come in. They killing everything it is and taking it. Everything. Any animal comes in and takes over, they killing everything and start to scratch. And all their herds come in. All their pride come in. That's the same thing we did. That's the same thing the Lord was showing us to do. Go in, take over. Don't kill everything out of there. Just get rid of everything in it. Tear down their molten images, tear down their ideologies, get rid of them people. Don't let them hang around. All right. Don't even hang around, because the Lord understood if you let them hang around, they'll take over. We just didn't understand. But the thing is, we had the blueprint. We had the blueprint. We had to not to tell us what to do, and we failed it. We failed it. Keep reading.
Doggone. That those which ye let remain of them shall be pricks in your eyes.
Child support. Brother work all damn day long, all week long, 40 hours, and what happened? You get a $5 check. Those are the pricks.
Right.
You understand? You selling dime bags because I want to feed my child, but you're going to put your other child in danger and kill that one. Because your oppressor put the dope in your neighborhood. These are the pricks, man. Keep going.
And thrones in your sides, and shall vex you in the land wherein ye dwell.
Give me some other vexations that we got going on in here about letting these people hang around. I know we got some. Everybody going through. What we got? Let me know. I named a few of them. There's got to be more.
So vex, okay, slocking, shall vex you in your
Issues
land.
that we going through because of our oppressors hanging around.
Oh, slock, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And just like so-called oppressors. You know, a police officer killed a black man.
Yeah, right.
We always want to stand against it, but guess what? Oh, it's black on black crime. I mean, like they talk about like they bet you like black on black crime is like the highest rate of killing amongst people. Guess who killed people? Get what? The same people who came over here killed 99 million Indians. The same people who killed what it was 77 million of us going to the slave ships. That was committing suicide and stuff like that. And like that. Right now, guess what? Guess what the highest rate right now? Ukraine and Russia.
They get it in.
Yes.
They get it in. Over
They killing way more right now than black on black crime within the past when it started.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It's black on black crime because guess what? We in the land among us. That's why they had to go to Sandy Springs somewhere far north. They don't want to be around us because
Separate yourself.
yeah, they got to separate themselves because, hey, I'm hungry, I need to get something to eat, man. Hey, I'm going this door, man. I'm putting that thing to I'm putting a pistol to your head.
Go ahead, bro.
Get some meat, go ahead.
So like, also, something that basically is simply just unemployment.
Unemployment.
Mm-hmm.
Brothers aren't able to find jobs, provide for their family.
And why is it unemployment?
Because our persons are the devil the Bible speaks.
Yeah, right.
right.
And they're giving
They don't wanna
jobs
hire
to
us.
Exactly. They want to hire us.
If I could, we could see that throughout history, how the slaves, when they were freed, they're the ones who had the best, the most qualities.
Labor jobs, right?
They could labor the best,
Mhm.
but essentially after slavery, that's how unions came about.
The unions came about.
Because they didn't want the slaves to come in because
Right.
those ones who were qualified for the job, sir.
See, what that brother was bringing out is heavy because, like you were saying, they will preserve their own people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is what happens when you let them hang around.
Mm-hmm.
You let them hang around, you're going to start getting dope in your neighborhood.
Right.
You're going to start teaching you to have alternative lifestyles.
Right.
You're going to start shooting people with guns. I mean, this is stuff that we never did before. We didn't get this from. We just didn't just sit there and say, you know what, this is in our DNA. That wasn't in our DNA. This is something we set back. We saw the oppressors do, whether it be the Edomites, the Chinese. We sat back and watched them do this, and then we wanted to adapt and be just like them.
Right.
That's how we became this. This was never in our DNA to do this stuff, man. We followed our laws. When we didn't follow laws, that's when we fell off and started doing as all the heathens do.
Right.
That's why the scripture said, do not follow the ways of the heathen. Because he understood what we're going to come into. These are the traps and the snares and things that happen if you let someone come among your people. There's no difference than living in your house. You understand? You let little Becky come in your house with your daughter. Next thing you know, you figure your daughter doing something like, hey, where'd you get that from?
Right.
Well, I got it from Becky. You tell Becky to take that back to her damn house. We don't do that here. This is what I see it all the time. Hell, I tried when I was young. Standing like Little Richie, and I'm doing one thing Little Richie do. My mother almost whooped my tail because I'm doing things Little Richie do. Let me know real quick. We don't do that in this household. You better take that back to Little Richie. Matter of fact, don't even do it over there. Because you know, if you let it sit long enough, you're going to become that. Which brings me to my other point. If you come into the Isupk on the commandment of Yohana, that's going to resonate off you as well. Because we teach the law, statutes, commandments, and how to treat brothers and sisters. You dwell with us among your brothers and sisters doing this, it's gonna spread.
Right.
You understand? Just like evil will spread, so will righteousness. Righteousness will also spread. But you got to come and get it first. You understand? Keep reading.
Verse 56. Moreover, it shall come to pass that I shall do unto you, as I thought to do unto them.
Not my Jesus. My Jesus ain't going to do that. Yeah, your Jesus. Because if you don't go into there and tear down their altars and get them from around you and don't dwell with them, I'm going to put all these things on, all these curses I'm going to put on them. But however, if you don't do it and you don't clear them all out, the things I'm going to do to them, I'm going to do to you. I'm going to do to you. And as you can see, looking around America, what's happened to us as blacks, we see it all day long. The things that, all these plagues like the COVID and what's that, the Omicron and all them things, those plagues wasn't for us.
Right.
It wasn't for us. I don't care. I mean, all that crack cocaine, AIDS, all that stuff is a plague from the Lord, but it wasn't supposed to be for us. This land was so wicked, the Lord had to do something. And He sent them plagues. But if you didn't follow these laws, statutes, commandments, and understood what's going on and stayed away from those type of activities, you got it. You got AIDS. You got cancers. You got all these things. You got all the plagues, the COVIDs, the Omicron. You got all these things that was supposed to be for your enemy. You got them. Moreover, it shall come to pass that I shall do unto you as I thought to do unto them, because you kept them around. You wanted to be like them. This is what you want to do. So the Lord is no respecter of persons.
Right.
If you caught the class that Officer Yama was giving on Thursday, the Lord is no respecter of persons. He's going to do what He said He's going to do. And if you want to become a homosexual, you're going to get killed. You want to do these things that your oppressors are doing, He's going to do what He's going to do to them, He's going to do to you. And you can't blame anybody but ourselves. But that's why we don't, just like the Lord, we don't relish in the fact that He's killing our people. And we're dying on that. We don't sit there and be happy because our people are dying. We don't want none of our people to die. We want them to change their lives and come into this so the Lord won't do those things to them. And I pray that every day, man. I pray for my family, mothers, who is not in this truth, to get into this truth. That's what saving life is.
Right.
Because the Lord, He's not a respected person, man. So you hear people say, how come, if the Lord is so great, how can He heal this person, and then they was doing this over there, and how would He take my mother if He was so great? Look, bro, I don't know. I'm not the Lord.
Right.
Was your mother following laws, statutes, commandments? The fact that she made it here this long, the fact that I made it here this long, was just the mercy of the Lord.
Right.
Because He could have killed any one of us in here at that time.
Right.
And He gave us mercy. And look where we are now. We understood the mercy. We took advantage of His mercy and changed our lives.
Right.
And everybody had the same opportunity. So why would the Lord kill this person for that one? That's the Lord. But to make your election sure, get in the class in Isupk and the Commander in your Honor and learn.
Right.
And study and grow and become a righteous brother, a righteous sister. Right? We got next one.
Come on, the book of Numbers, chapter 34, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 2, command the children of Israel, and say unto them, when ye come into the land of Canaan, this is the land that shall fall unto you for an inheritance, even the land of Canaan, with the coast thereof. That was 7 years.
That's the land of Canaan. Keep going.
Oh, come. Verse 3. Then your south quarter shall be from the wilderness of Zin, along by the coast of Edom.
Okay. Like I said, like the Lord said, in verse 2, command the children of Israel. This is a commandment. When He said commandment, these orders, you understand? This is orders. When people say they don't want to follow no man, they don't want to follow their husband, we all follow someone. You understand? You got to follow your husband. Your husband belongs to the Lord. He has commandments, you have commandments. We have order. This is what we have.
Right.
There's nowhere you go that don't have any order. You go to your daggone schools, you go to school, there's order in that. You understand? There's always order. You go to your job, there's order in that. Try to sit there and go try to talk to your vice president or your vice president or presidents. How you gonna talk to him? You got to go through a chain of command to talk to him if you're gonna talk to him. That's just how it is. It's always order. So the Lord gave Moses a command to tell the children of Israel and said unto them, when you go into the land of Canaan, who are the Canaanites? So-called Africans.
Right.
The Canaanites. That's right. They're not our people. So why did the Lord make a distinction? He said when you go into the land of Canaan, and if you go back to history and find out who Canaan is, those are the people who are dark skinned like us. Those are the progenitor of the dark race people. But it's not Israelites. It's not us at all. That's why we was able to kick them out the land. If it was our people, why are we kicking our own people out the land?
Right.
We're not kicking our own people out the land. We're kicking other people who are not of the nation of Israel, who's not in our nationality. You're putting them out the land. You understand? When you go into the land, this is the land that you shall fall unto for your inheritance, as an inheritance, the land of Canaan, the coast thereof. So all those lands, and once you really go into the daggone history of it, and you're going to find out how big Israel really is. It's not just that land that either the so-called Amalekite guy or the so-called Jew. It's not that land right there. It's all over that place. You understand? It is so huge. You understand? With that being said, I'm gonna call up a brother who's on class that we mentioned earlier. Officer Adar, we want to show you guys how it's done as far as the Hebrew, brother. You don't mind reading a few verses of Hebrew before we close out the class? You understand? All right.
That's orders.
All right, come and state your register real quick.
All
right, sign it right.
Adar Maf, Ban Yahawah, Ban Yasha'Allah.
Adar Maf, Ban Yahawah, Ban Yasha'Allah.
Yahweh Shem Rashah Bakatham.
Yahweh Shem Rashah Bakatham.
All right. This one was going to start. It's cool. We'll keep it ranking in order. You understand? I just want you to read a few verses in the Hebrew. Read from three down if you could, Baba Shah.
Kawakah, this is the book of Numbers, chapter 34, verse 3 in the Hebrew. Wahaya Lakam Ba'af Nagab Mamad Bar Tazan Salaki Tazan Al Yadaya Adawam Wahaya Lakam Gabawal Nagab Makwataza Yam Hamalak Quadama. Verse 4. Wadasab Lakam Hagabawal Madagab Lama'ila Iquarabium Wa Abar Tazana Wa Haya Bawa Taza'ath Yawa Magabab Madagab Lakwadash Bara'ain Wayatazar Katazar Adar Wa Ibar Itazamna. Verse 5. Wanasab Hagabawal Salakia Ma'ai Tazamwan Nalak Nakala Matazarium Wahayan Bawa Taza'ath Yawa Hayama. Verse 6. Wa Gabawal Yam Wahaya Lakam Hayam Hagadwal Wa Gabawal Wa Gabawal Za Yahaya Lakam Gabawal Yam. Verse 7. Waza Yahaya Lakam Gabawal Tazawan Man Hayam Hagadal Latha Awa Lakam Har Hahar.
Hey, clap it up. Give it up. Understand? This brother, this is the 500 Hadar Mop. You know what I'm saying? You want to shout out your school, your classes on Friday, brother?
Khan, we have the Lashwan Kadash class, or as we call it in Atlanta, the Hebrews class, Hebrews 101, every Friday at 7 o'clock.
That's right. Can't be Hebrew without knowing Hebrew. You understand? You gotta know it. I would read something to show you up a little bit, but I'm just gonna let that go. anyway,
The waters.
hey, don't sweat, brother. You mind stand up here and close the class with us? All right. With that being said, we're gonna read these last ones in the English, and then we go ahead and close the class. Go ahead. Start 3.
Go on.
All right.
The book of Numbers, chapter 34, verse 3. Then your south quarter shall be from the wilderness of Zin, along by the coast of Edom, and your south border shall be the utmost coast of the South Sea eastward. Verse 4. And your border shall turn from the south to the ascent of Arabim, and pass on to Zen, and the going forward thereof shall be from the south to Kadesh Barnea, and shall go on to Hazaharda, and pass on to Asmon. Verse 5. And the border shall fetch a compass from Asmon unto the river of Egypt, and to the goings out of it shall be at the sea. Verse 6. And as for the western border, ye shall even have the great sea for a border. This shall be your west border. Verse 7. And this shall be your north border. From the great sea, ye shall point out for you Mount Hor.
That's right. Most High in Christ. What I wanted to point out to you, for all those words that you heard, man, in Hebrew, I mean, it's a difficult thing, but it all can be made easy if you come and study. But that brother was reading that Hebrew like, you know, reading English. You understand? That's just a gift of the Most High God. That's the gift of tongues right there. You know. So we get clapped up for the Lord, man. That's the gift of tongues, man. To be able to quote it and also be able to know what it means. You understand? We can read that verbatim what the brother just said in the Hebrew. When you get somebody in church speaking them tongues and you get done there, ask them what they say, they can't tell you. Talking about, you know, it's a holy language of me and God. And if I can't understand it, then, you know, you can't relate it, translate it, then it's not a gift from the Lord. That's just some gibberish you out there talking. You understand? Mm-hmm. So Most High in Christ for that brother to read this stuff, and we can actually go ahead and to be edified from it. Other than that, brother, anything you got to say?
No, it's a lot to say.
No sweat, brother. You want to say?
Water for calling me out.
No sweat, no sweat. You want to say, brother?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You all for the Lord, we get our original language back. You know what I'm saying? Shows, you know what I'm saying? Be the teacher on Friday, be the student on Friday night, it shows, you know. We come here Saturday and read, and, you know, pretty much
That's right. Anybody got any statement to say? Good to go? With the water for coming to the Sabbath service, and Lord willing, we'll be back here again at 11 o'clock every Sabbath. If you're not doing anything, please make your way down here to 3353 Glenwood Road. Like, share the class, show the people of your heritage, show the people of your culture. This is your culture. The lead the Hebrew, the brothers in their garments, you know, headpieces. This is what we do. This is your culture. You understand? With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna stand for the last prayer. You understand? Amashi. So write it down. Hold on. Oh, Slack, shot. You can be a shot. Come on. You can be seated. Shot. I'm sorry, Slack.
get blow on.
Sign Christ.
Lord Yasharal.
Right. Majum. Which means to stand. About the dawn, which is face the east. And we're going to read the Lord's Prayer.
This is the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat
Shemayim.
Wadash.
Wadash.
Ayah. Shemka.
Shemka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Alakbaka.
Alakbaka.
Taba'ah. Radazayaka.
Radazayaka.
Ayah.
Aisha.
Ba'aradaza.
Ba'aradaza.
Kawa. Ayah. Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
The
The
thun.
thun.
La'nawa.
The come.
Cow.
Cow.
Yawam. Wasalaknawa.
Kabawatnawa.
Kasalaknawa.
Kasalaknawa.
Kabawatinawa. Wala'ah. Tabayawanawa. Banasayawan. Abal. Awashayanawa. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Lakab. Amalakwa. Wa'alala. Wa'atapara. La'ai Walamyam. Aman.
This is the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father.
Our Father.
Art in heaven.
Which art in heaven.
Hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth. As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And give us our debts.
Give us our debts.
As we give our debtors.
We give our debtors.
Lead us not to temptation.
Lead us not to temptation.
Deliver us from evil.
Deliver us from evil.
Thine is the kingdom.
Thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it.
So be it.
All right, Sergeant, Mr. Turner. Shabby, be seated. We're going to read the announcements. Unless you want to, man, it's all you. All right. Shabby, be seated.
These are Isupk security announcements. Great Isupk start on 1 West 125th Street, Hall, New York. Rule for a new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister come to the school, there are limits for 6 months. They are here to be saluted on. They are here to set themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. My Ashra, that means tent in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department of teacher. Priest fund, free will offer of priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you like to give. The next whole convocation is going to be the Lord's 53 Passover. Give it a hand. Commander General Yohana did it again. It's going to be at Cocoa Beach, Florida. The address is 301 Tucker Lane, Cocoa Beach, Florida. And it's going to be April 15th, Friday, sundown. By now, everybody should have their arrangements already set up. So, remind Akia Awakiam to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and a scarf. And one more thing you should do before you come to the school, make sure your GPS and address, whatever GPS app you like to use. And the address is 3353 Glenwood Road, Decatur, Georgia. It helps build the acronyms to help people find out about the school. All right, with that, Lamida, stand. We'll give a rough curse salute to the teachers. Mid Israel, Lamida Sabbath, Lamida, Rock, Yahweh Shem Yahshua.
Y'all Shem Yahshua.
Y'all taught me hands down, sorry, turn to your sister. Okay, we have a new way of doing salutes. Or sister, you do hands down right now. When we say Mount Sabbat, you put your right hand on your left. Then once I say Barak, open hand, right hand on chest, open handed. No, it's more feminine way. This is the more masculine way. All right, Mid Israel, Mount Sabbat, Barak, Amina, Barak.
Yahweh Shema Elohim Hashem Yahushai.
Yahweh Shema Elohim Hashem Yahushai.
Y'all taught me hands down classes.